Hercules, how you doing?
Good, all right.
Pretty good. Hercules, I'm here. Got some information on another case that I've worked in the past, and just kind of go over some of those things with you. Let me tell you that you haven't been charged with any crime, okay? Any additional crimes or anything like that. I'm gonna tell you what the case is about, but before I talk to you, I'm gonna advise you of your rights, okay? Yes. Yeah. How old are you now, Hercules? 30. Okay. And your most recent institution was Hancock? Okay. How high did you go in school? Okay. Okay. The date is 6/9/2011. It's 12:40 p.m. We're located at Adel State Prison. And I know you, and you told me your name is Hercules Brown II, correct? And you are 30 years old. And your address is Hancock State Prison, Adel State Prison. You completed the 12th grade in school. You know that I'm Jamie Steinberg, Special Agent of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Below that it says, he told me that. I have the right to remain silent. Anything I say can be used against me in a court of law. I have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with me while I'm being questioned. If I cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent me before any questioning if I wish. I can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. I understand my rights, having these rights are mine. I'm willing to talk to a law enforcement officer. I've not been threatened. I've not been promised anything. I've not been forced in any way to answer any questions or make any statements. You understand your rights? Do you? Okay. If you would, just initial by each one of these. It's not an admission of guilt. Simply state that you understand your rights. And you sign right there. Hercules, the reason I'm here today, in the case of Donna Brown, who was the manager of Taco Bell in 1998, the death investigation that took place there, the attorneys for Devonia Inman, Eddie Lee Inman Jr., had petitioned the court for some post-conviction DNA testing, and a piece of evidence, which was a mask that was recovered from the victim's car, was submitted to the crime lab for DNA testing, and that DNA testing returned to you. Came back with your profile that was recovered out of that car. Do you know anything about that? How it got in the car? I know you were working there at Taco Bell at the time, and I remember I interviewed you back then. Do you have any kind of relationship with Devonia Inman? You don't know how that mask got in the car? Okay. Are you in any way involved in that case? Have you ever been with Eddie Lee Inman Jr. or Devonia Inman in another area and had a mask on or put it on? Because it didn't come back with any other DNA. I mean, it came back with, and it hit on your CODIS hit when you submitted your sample when you went into the Department of Corrections. That's what it came back to. And it was nobody else. That's how it happened, and that's why I'm here today. Have you ever had any contact with him before then? Right. How about any, has he asked you to do anything? Do you have any knowledge about that case? Has he asked you to do anything else, any other robberies or anything like that? Okay. Well, this mask was, like I said, it was found in the victim's car. Of course, you know, Mr. Inman was convicted by a jury on that case, and he's still serving, his prison sentence on that. But like I said, this new evidence, has implicated you as, at one point in time, at least having that mask on. So, do you have any explanation for it? Huh? Have you ever, and I've known you, and I don't think me and you've ever had anything crossed. I've never treated you bad, and, I don't plan on treating you bad in the future. It's just, I got a job to do, and I got to find out, because it's the DNA evidence doesn't lie. So I'm just trying to, if there's a plausible reason why your DNA would be on that mask.
That's so long ago. I thought it was 97.
No, it was in September 19th, 1998, and it was Donna's second night there at Adel Taco Bell. And I talked to you that next day, which was September 20th, the Sunday, after y'all had your employee meeting. You remember that? Okay. Were you hanging around with Devonia, or? Is there any way, I'm just trying to figure out, is there any way that you could have tried this mask on, or y'all had done something in the past, cut them up, or, whatever, to, Well, I know it's been a long time ago, and I had to go back and look at my case file, and I worked the case, but you know whether or not you put a mask on it, and that's the bottom line, or some type of material or something like that. As a joke, as a stunt, and somebody else, because there's no other profile on it, because I don't know what you know about DNA, but it's very specific, and it's, if somebody else would have put it on, if there would have been saliva or sweat from somebody else, it would have shown another profile, and the only profile it shows was yours. Going on 13 years now. Well, this September will be 13 years. Because it's 2011 and it happened in 98. So this September 19th will be 13 years. Nothing you can think of? Huh? Yep. It's been a while. You don't remember anything about it? No way it could have possibly, anything. Is there anybody that could have had any kind of, contact that was a mutual friend, between the two of you?
I don't know, people deal with people that I don't know what they deal with. I don't
Right.
know what type of generals people have.
Right.
In this case, I don't
Right.
know what they deal with.
Right, and I'm not saying that you ran with them on a regular, but I'm just trying to, you see, I'm trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. There's a piece of evidence that wound up in the dead lady's car that showed at one point in time you had it on. So, and I'm not saying, that's just what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you drove the car or whatever else, but the car, when we found it, was abandoned and this mask was recovered from it, and the testing showed that at some point in time, Hercules Brown had contact with him. You know, and it, so. Yeah. Were you in any way part of Donna's murder? Huh? I mean, was it a robbery gone bad, or, okay. Okay. Just that you were working there part-time at the time?
I worked there. Oh,
yeah.
I worked.
Right. For about 2 years off and on, best I remember during our interview.
I worked over there.
Okay.
That was my first job, really.
Right. What was your relationship with Livonia?
I don't have a relationship.
No, I'm not trying to do smoke and mirrors. I'm asking. I mean, did you just know that he was in town? I mean, because even when that happened, he had not been in Adel very long.
I don't really know him.
He wasn't somebody you hung out with or had.
No, I've seen him.
You just knew him by sight, basically.
Before.
Okay.
Seen him before. I've talked to him before.
Right.
I don't know any of the dudes out, really hungry every time, whatever, going out with him.
Right.
I've seen him talk to him.
Okay.
But I've distanced myself from a lot of dudes again.
Right.
So I don't know whether they was kicking with him, if they tried to get a curl, or
Right.
anything. I know I let people on my, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Who would be some people that you would think would have at that time would have had a mutual relationship between you and Livonia? Somebody that may have, you know.
I mean, I can't really say they really, I don't say that.
No, and I'm not asking you to implicate somebody. I'm just for me to follow up on, like if you said, you know, I ran with so-and-so, and I knew that, I had seen him with Livonia, a week before it happened, or something like that, but, a mutual friend. You can't think of any names? Okay. 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 Anything else you can think of we need to discuss that's important? So you and nobody had any knowledge of what was going to happen that night or the death of Donna Brown? Okay. All right. Like I told you before, you haven't been charged with any crime, okay? This is simply this information has come up, and that's why I'm here today, okay? One thing we need to do now is I've got the judge has signed a search warrant for a buccal swab for a sample of your DNA, and the reason we do that is to verify, because the code says this verifies that the Okay, well, I mean, that's where the hit came from, from the CODIS database. So that's what we're doing, and that's why the search warrant was issued by the judge, to verify. This is just basically to double check. So all I have to do is and I've got a copy of the search warrant for you that I'll leave with you, but all I have to do is just get a couple of buccal swabs in your mouth, like a Q-tip, okay? Okay. Okay.
also?
No, sir, not because it's a search warrant. Now, you have legal, if you want to contest it later on, now you can contest it, the search warrant, but the judge assigned the search warrant, so, no, there's not a right to refuse on the search warrant. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's your copy. Right, and then, that's right. That shows where it is. But again, you'll be given with a full copy of the search warrant and the affidavit later on, okay? And we will make sure that your attorney, whoever's appointed or whatever for that, will make sure they get a copy of it. All right? So we'll just open your mouth up. Okay, it's on the right side. Okay. All right. All right, thanks, sir.